The octogenarian bird bone Aaron Rodgers and the Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers got served, son, on Sunday, historic U.S. Bank Stadium by the Minnesota Fighting Vikings. New head coach Kevin O'Connell, Justin friggin' Jefferson, the Ed Donatell defense, Kirk Cousins playing some of the best football of his career. Woo! Love to see it, man. Vikings fans, loud and proud, just rattling the bird-killing stadium. Oh, yeah, bird-killing stadium with the glass, bird bones, everything coming together. But what happened? So what happened with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, where the national media jabroni haircuts were all off season, just hyping up Aaron Rodgers, predicting that he's going to win, allegedly, 3 MVPs in a row. Packers are still top 5 in everyone's power rankings. How the hell did they get this so wrong? I don't know, man. I don't know. But, you know, Rodgers this offseason, more worried about looking like Nicolas Cage and stupid-ass tattoos, as well as missing DeVonta. But we got top 10 reasons why the media just whiffed on Rodgers and the Packers. And yes, of course, the Packers and Rodgers got lit up by the Saints week 1 last year, but then they rebounded. Still got allegedly the 1 seed, and Rodgers allegedly won MVP. This feels different. This feels like a changing of the guard because, yes, Bakhtiari and Jenkins will be back, but DeVonta ain't coming back. I mean, the Packers have a lot of issues, and I think this could be a long season for Packers fans. And for that, we thank you, by the way, because, you know, not being the whole little brother Napoleon complex dynamic here, but I mean, the Packers #blessed with 30 years of Hall of Famer Brett Favre, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever do it, Vikings legend, and then you have Rodgers, whatever, and also before that you had Magic Man Don Majkowski, who made a Pro Bowl, but now it is time for the barren wasteland of quarterback play. Ay, Chihuahua. It's going to be great, man. But 10 reasons why the media got it wrong on the Packers and Rodgers. Number 1, media inertia. Because to a degree, it's tough covering all 32 teams, multiple sports, etc. But just the whole, hey, the Packers, they had the 1 seed last year. Hey, Rodgers, two-time NFL MVP, allegedly. So they must be good. And then looking at the rest of the NFC, which is a down conference, the Packers must win. All that stuff. They're just being stuck in narratives, not really investigating, and just playing the hits, which to a degree I understand because the democratizing of media, this is one of them. Podcasts and YouTube's like everyone and their mom has a podcast. I mean, well, like this jabroni has one. So I understand that you're fighting and clawing, just trying to stay relevant because as you see ratings, as people are cutting the cable and the cords, you can just try and lean into it as much as possible. Like imagine if Tebow happened right now, it'd be Tebow 24/7. Love it, man. Next up, reason number 2 why the media got it wrong. #not my MVP. So this feeds into the inertia thing where, hey, they're like, Rodgers, he's won back-to-back MVP awards. Obviously, he's going to be good this year. They're not factoring in that, hey, he's another year older. Hey, they lost some pieces. Hey, that interior offensive line ain't great. And also, they're missing their 2 tackles against the Vikings, even though they'll be back. And also, they lost DeVonta Adams, but that's not a big deal. Also, they lost MVS, who was a competent wide receiver 3. And now they're trying to build Allen Lazard into a wide receiver 1. But it's like, oh, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Get the hell out of here. Reason number 3, Rodgers' hubris. So you saw all off season where Rodgers, he's making the media rounds. Of course, he's been on McAfee, which I don't like when he goes on McAfee. I don't like when he goes on Rogan because it humanizes him and it makes me like him. So, but he's been doing that versus studying his playbook. Unlike Kirk Cousins, who's in bed by 7 p.m. He's got a glass of warm milk. It's either skim milk or if he's really feeling it, he'll get the diesel. He'll get 2%. Just like, mama, lock the doors. Woo, woo, woo. Wolves are coming to the house. And then Kirk studying his playbook. He's got the flashcards, learning the new terminology of the Kevin O'Connell offense. That's what he's doing. Meanwhile, Rodgers is out there, ingesting things. No judgment here. But, hey, is that going to help you be a quarterback in the National Football League? Probably. But was your focus on this team? Not necessarily, man. And reason number 4 why the media whiffed on Rodgers and the Packers. He got paid and he checked out. It's a story as old as time, whether it be Albert Hainsworth, whether it be Jamarcus Russell back before the rookie wage scale, whether it be whoever. He got the money. He got paid. And Rodgers, had been perennially underpaid throughout his career. Like it was a quasi Brady deal, not that much, but he was underpaid according to the market, right? And then he's like, F it. DeVonta leaves. I'm gonna get mine, $50 million per year, and he just sort of checked out. And you see in that where it also fed into the hubris, like, hey, I got paid. Hey, I'm back-to-back MVP. Hey, we had the 1 seed last year. I can just show up and just sling it all over the lot, and everything is gonna be hunky-dory. And don't discount the F it, DeVonta's down there somewhere aspect of this offense, because I think that DeVonta Adams was much more a part of this offense than people are going to lead on to believe. I mean, he's already doing great things with Derek Carr with the Raiders. They lost week 1, except they're going to be an offense that is going to have to be reckoned with. But, yeah, we can say it now. I mean, DeVonta Adams was a stud. 5, Rodgers blaming everyone else. You saw it on the sidelines. The body language, him just like rolling his eyes, yelling at his receivers, yelling at his coaches. And you already saw him during training camp this season. He's calling out his receivers as like, oh, well, they got catch passes, they have to do this, they have to do that, they have to run better routes. And the Packers fans and the media saw, like, oh, look at Rodgers, like laying down the law, being a leader. It's like, no, like you praise in public, you criticize in private. Where, hey, if you got a problem with your receivers, don't be mouthing off to the media. Don't be having really crappy body language on the sidelines that all the cameras are picking up in 8K HD, right? Because that weighs on young receivers. Because, hey, if your guy doesn't believe in you, the whole thing with Christian Watson, like instead of Rodgers rolling his eyes when the pride of NDSU dropped that 75-yard touchdown on their first offensive play from scrimmage, go over to the sideline, tell him, hey, don't hang your head on that one. We're coming back to you. We need you today. We need stuff like that versus him just being all miffed on the sidelines. Like, why can't these guys play up to my level? Huh? Well, is it that quarterbacks are supposed to raise the level of wide receivers? Because, I mean, Tom Brady won their first Super Bowl with Troy Brown and David Patton. And even though Peyton Manning in Indianapolis had Hall of Famers Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne, I mean, he made guys like Blair White and Anthony Gonzalez like into something, right? So quarterbacks are supposed to raise the level of the receivers, not the other way around. Whatever. Speaking of receivers, so they underrated DeVonta Adams. They absolutely did. And now the fact that Adams isn't a Packer, I can finally say that, yes, Adams is one of the best receivers in the game. He's one of the cleanest route runners in the last couple of decades. And like the whole thing, like, he's not a burner. He's not, like, if you went out and did like the combine right now, like, his numbers aren't going to blow you away. But he is just so in control and just so smooth and just, like, he embarrasses DBs. Like, he absolutely does. And that was a major part of why Rodgers, allegedly was MVP back-to-back seasons. Because DeVonta Adams shaking cornerbacks, whether he was doubled or bracketed or whatever, and even contested catches, like, he would be solid at that as well. Plus, just getting open in the red zone, like, he's phenomenal, right? And so the fact that the Packers jettison him, or they offered him more money, whatever. He was leaving. He goes to Las Vegas, gets out of Green Bay, and then everyone was saying, it's like, oh, the Packers are still going to be here. They're not going to take a major step down, even though they lost the top 3 receiver in the league. Just get the hell out of here. Number 7, they crapped on Kwesi's trade. So whether it's Packers fans, even some Vikings fans, the whole poo-pooing on the Vikings trading down from 34 after they trade down with the Lions and then getting 2 second-round picks from the Packers. Like, a lot of the media just jumped on Kwesi. Like, what is he doing? Oh, the Packers taking advantage of a first-time GM just like the Lions did with Kwesi. Like, what is he doing trading in division? Oh, they're going to give the Packers Christian Watson. Oh, he's a physical freak. Oh, he's going to be the next Mike Evans. Oh, this, oh, that. It's like, that's why they didn't mind losing DeVonta Adams. Like, hey, we got Christian Watson. He's going to be wide receiver 1 in short order. Nope, not so much. But it goes into the Vikings' disrespect as well, where you had this rare occasion where you had to trade in division, and the media always craps on the Vikings, so they already propped up this trade. So then they crowned Christian Watson as the second coming, future wide receiver 1. Nope. Not so much. And then feeds into 8. Yes, no respect for the Vikings. And the whole, the Packers are obviously going to win this division by default. It's sort of like when you had prime Tom Brady in New England and you look at the rest of the AFC East. No, not so much. But, hey, the Vikings, they're revved up, ready to go. There's a reason why Kwesi and O'Connell kept this team together, because on paper, talent, every single level, every single area. They supplement it with good free agents. They supplement it with a great draft class that's going to be spearheading the future of this franchise. And then guess what? Guess what? Top 5 offense, top 10 defense. Special teams doesn't kick us in the nuts. Woo! Coming for him, man. Already one up in the division. Already have some positive momentum. Already getting things going. Got to watch out. Number 9. There is no bottom. Where I don't think that this is an Aaron Rodgers, saying relax situation, because I mean the defense on paper super talented, but I mean they struggled against the Vikings. Yes, on the road, whatever. And the offensive line should get better with Jenkins and Bakhtiari back, but that's not going to solve their interior offensive line issues. And the Vikings got a lot of pressure, yes, off the edge, but also that quick interior pressure through the A and B gaps, which, I mean, any quarterback is going to struggle with that, including Aaron Rodgers. They can still run the ball, which is fine, but I mean, this is what the Packers are going to be. I mean, the Packers are basically just going to be a carbon copy of what the Vikings were under Mike Zimmer. A talented defense on paper, but still gave up 4.5 yards on the ground. Wide receivers running free all over the place. And then you have an overpaid quarterback, as well as you can run the ball and no pass protection. That's it. I mean, that's it. So I don't see them getting back to where they once belonged. Like maybe they'll flirt with 500 or the equivalent of 500 now that there's an odd number of games. But I just don't see them magically bouncing back and then Rodgers just turning it on, and then MVS or not MVS, but Lazard and Dobbs and Sammy frickin' Watkins and the corpse of Randall Cobb just getting it done. Although I do like Romeo Dobbs. By the end of the season, Dobbs is going to be their best receiver, and it's not going to be close. Lastly, number 10, pandering to Packers fans. So part of it is the media trying to play the hits. And yes, the Packers, they have a national fan base, blah, 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 blah. And the Packers fans, to a degree, they're like Alabama fans, except without all the trophies and championships. Right? It's like, hey, congratulations. You won 1 Super Bowl with Rodgers. You won 1 Super Bowl with Brett Favre. Congratulations. But because there is definitely an entitlement that goes on in little title town, and entitlement town, right? So they expect the Packers just show up, win the division, win the conference, all this stuff, and it ain't happening. Even though the media is trying to feed the fire, and to a degree, like casual Packers fans, I kind of feel bad for them because they see all the national media stuff. It's like, oh, we'll be fine without DeVonta. It was smart to pay Rodgers $50 million a year, even though he's another year older, and he's basically moved on to his second career. Whether it's Jeopardy, whether it's doing Rogan, whether it's going Hollywood, all this stuff, he's already there. He's already there. The look of him on the sidelines is a guy who did not want to be there at all. Like he may just pull a Vontae Davis. Deuces. I'm out, man. But it's going to be a long season. It's going to be a long season. Also, it's going to be a long decade plus because Jordan Love ain't the answer, man. And I don't think that they're going to be bad enough to be in position to draft one of the top tier quarterbacks in this year's draft. So it's going to be a long December, and there's reason to believe that the Packers are going to be garbage for a long time. Feels good, man. Feels good. But your thoughts are thoughts. Why did the media just whiff on Rodgers and the Packers? Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.